Hey everybody, welcome back to another Dead by Daylight video. So today I wanted to talk about opinions, something that I have a lot of because I make daily content on a video game and am biased in certain ways. So what did I want to talk about with opinions? Well, I wanted to talk about the idea of I am allowed an opinion the same way everyone else is. And the fact that I get a lot of comments, which granted, I should know that I am putting myself out there on the internet. I should be getting these comments, and it's perfectly fine. However, it's just not on YouTube. It's on Twitter. It's on the forums. It's on Reddit. It's in my streams. It's everywhere. And don't get me wrong, a lot of my people who've been here for a while don't just take my word as gospel and understand that I don't mean it as gospel. Whenever I say something like, I think this is fine, or I think this killer is well designed, and I give my reasonings behind it, that's not me saying, this is what I'm thinking, this is objectively true, anyone who disagrees is just wrong. Now some would say, well, you treat your opinion like fact because of how you talk. Here's some news to you about how YouTube works and how watching a video works. I am talking at you, not to you. Unfortunately, it's just how the way the medium works. If you want me to talk to you, come to the streams. Shameless plug. Come to the Discords. Shameless plug. But on YouTube, because of how this is set up, even right now, I am talking at you. That's just how this format works, unfortunately. The nuances of the conversation are a little different. It's a different kind of environment. It's something you learn in public speaking. A lot of times when you're talking at a crowd, you're not talking to the crowd. There's a major difference in how the conversation needs to be swayed that way. So when I go on and say an opinion like, I think Oni is the best design killer in the game, and I give my reasonings behind why, because of this, this, and that, you are allowed to disagree with me and give me reasonings why you think that it's something else, and I'm allowed to not agree with what your reasonings are, even if they're there. This is probably the closest you'll ever hear me getting angry, because I'm not a very angry person. I don't really yell often. I don't tend to get into a mean state. Even on stream when frustrating things happen, I am pretty calm and chill. It's something I pride myself on. So as far as a DBD rant goes, this is probably the most ranty you're going to hear me get. But the other thing is, you treat your opinion as if they're fact. No, I don't. I don't. There's a lot of things I've said in the past that I don't even agree with now. In fact, a video will be coming out probably once we hit 1,500. I say when and not if at this point, because I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. But once that video comes out, it's going to be about some of my bad takes, some of the worst things and dumbest things I've said. And that's just me acknowledging that I'm self-aware enough to know that my word isn't always true. I get things wrong all the time. Which brings us to the next point about opinions, objective statements. Generalization is something that people do in the English language a lot, because it's just how people talk. When I say all killers, I don't legitimately mean all killers. I mean most. And even then, I don't even actually mean most. And you could argue there's a script writing problem or a communication issue. At the same time, I would like to think you are smart enough to understand that I don't mean every single person when I say something like that. There are exceptions to every rule. When I say all killers camp and tunnel, I don't legitimately mean every single game every killer is camping and tunneling you. Or all survivors do is gen rush. I don't mean every single survivor in every single match is gen rushing. I get it. You are the exception. That's fine. But just understand that my generalizations do not apply to everyone, by definition. Now, to the point I was making with objective statements, if I do objectively say something incorrect, such as Xenomorph's tail attack is 10 meters long when it's actually 4.8, yeah, correct me on it, and I will probably be self-aware enough, once again going to keep saying that, to be like, you know what, I messed up, I'm sorry, here's the correction, I acknowledge I'll be better about it next time. If I say something that is subjective, though, such as, I think Mirror Shards isn't a good add-on, and someone comes up to me and is like, well, actually, it's a good add-on because it can do this, this, and that, I will take that information and use it next time I'm making a statement about it. which has happened before. People have changed my mind. It's not impossible to change my mind or anyone's mind. It's just a very, very hard thing to do sometimes. People are stuck in their ways. Now, to the final point of the idea of you treat your opinions as if they're fact. No, I don't treat my opinions as if they're fact. I treat my opinions as if I believe them, because if I didn't believe them, I wouldn't have that opinion. That's how opinions work. I can't believe I have to say this, but the way some people talk about the way that me and many other creators talk about certain things and things we feel about not just this game, but life in general. If your opinion isn't physically hurting somebody or causing dismay, it's fine to have. Okay? I don't understand why me saying that Hardhead is a bad add-on, which has been generally agreed upon, and we've done testing, not just me, but many other players of this game, not just Chucky players who have biases towards it, but we've done many testings on why it's bad. Someone comes with a dissertation on why it's actually good, and then my dismissal is, well, that is a very niche situation. I wasn't talking about niche situations. Generally speaking, it's a bad thing. I am still technically correct in that situation. Now, if you can come to me and give me more situations and more opportunities where it's actually useful, I will probably change my tune, but that hasn't happened yet. I'm not saying it can't happen, I'm just saying it hasn't happened yet. Once again, yes, I treat my opinions as if I think they're fact. No, I don't. That is not how this works. But I do believe the opinions I have for the most part. On top of that, in the podcasts and in some of these videos, because these are videos, I don't script these. I have bullet points, and sometimes I will say things off the cuff. Some things will be wrong. Sometimes I will say something that contradicts something I've said before. It happens. We're all human, and for some reason, me making a YouTube video makes it different. I'm not allowed to make mistakes. And I'm fine with people correcting me and genuinely trying to make my content better or trying to help me out in situations where it's like, actually, it was supposed to be this. But the ones who get genuinely upset that I get something tiny wrong, like I said with the xenomorph example, 10 meters, okay? That's wrong. That is objectively wrong. And if I say that, fine, correct me on it. However, if I say it's 5 meters, do not go down to the comments and tell me, actually, it's 4.8. I was close enough. Horseshoes and hand grenades, people. It's just the general idea is still there. Unless I am objectively saying this is 4.8 meters and I actually say it's 5 meters based on like a visual or a visual thing to show it, then yeah, correct me, of course. But I don't know. I don't know where I'm even going with this anymore. My point is, I'm allowed to have opinions just like you are. Okay? We're all in agreement with that? That's what I thought. Okay. Cool. So do not tell me my opinion is wrong when it's not. If it's an objective statement, it can be argued, and it therefore, or not, it can't be argued. If it is an opinion, it can be argued, and I will argue with you. I will have a discussion with you. Which leads me on to another thing I want to talk about, the idea of arguments. The point of an argument isn't to win. The point of a discussion isn't to win. The point of a debate isn't to win. I hate that this is how conversation has gotten. The point of a debate, argument, and discussion, which are all basically synonyms for each other, there are minor differences to what they actually are. The point of it is to come to an understanding at the end, to give information to someone so they can think about their current stance on it and maybe change their mind. Maybe being the key word there. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some opinions I think people shouldn't have. Anything that is detrimental to human life, I think, is fine. But an opinion in a fucking video game? I hate to tell you guys, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. On top of that, this brings me into my perk videos. My perk videos, when I talk about changes to perks, I make it clear every single time I bring up rework ideas. Numbers are not specific. I'm not like sitting here like working a behavior telling them you need to do it exactly the way I'm saying it. No, I'm just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what happens. Trying to get into a discussion with people who have been willing to have this discussion and correct me on things and be like, well, actually it would be better if it did this, this, and this. And I'm like, you know what? That is a better idea. I wish I thought of that. That's fine. But the people telling me like this is just a bad idea and then having no elaboration whatsoever, those are the ones I hate the most. Those are the ones I just can't stand. And if you're one of those people, I appreciate the comment, but can you please add some substance to it? Okay. All right. Once again, this is the angriest you'll probably ever hear me, especially in a YouTube video. I want to thank you guys for listening. I appreciate all the support I get. I really, really do. It means the world to me. And the people who actually are active in the discussions and want to have a conversation about some of the stuff I bring up, I love you more than you can imagine. In any case, I love you guys. Opinions are fine. Have the ones you want. And, yeah, see y'all in the next one. Bye.
Subscribe, damn it. I'll be back. I always come back, and so should you, you moron.